Welcome to another episode of Watch Me Do Family History with Chris Knudsen. I love doing family history, and today we are going to do some investigating to learn more about a certain individual on my tree. And last time we finished off with John William Redman, and today we're going to go a little further. So when we do family history, it's good to continue doing more research to learn more about the people around somebody that you just added to the tree. And if you want me to do some research on your family tree, feel free to make a comment in the comments below. Just copy and paste the ID number. This is an ID number. The ID number of one of your ancestors. And I will look at your tree and do a video and see if we can find any new people that need to be added to your tree. So here we are with John William Redman, and I'm curious about his siblings. So if I click on View My Relationship, it shows I am the ninth cousin once removed of John William Redman. I'm ninth cousins with his mother, Anna Mae Hill. So let's go up to his mother, Anna Mae Hill, and I'm going to click on her tree. And I'm going to be looking at the descendancy view. And here we have Lois Electra Redman, John William Redman, Maddie Maud Redman, Cordelia Frances Redman, Janie Aline Redman, and Hill Redman. So I'm curious about this Hill Redman. A lot of times the caboose of the family gets neglected from research. So let's see if we can learn a little bit more about this person. He does not have a spouse listed, so that makes me interested. And then maybe later on we'll look at Maddie Maud Redman as well. So first I'm going to click on Hill Redman. And I'm going to right click on his person page, and I'm going to open the link in a new tab, and I'm going to go up here and click on that tab. So let's see what we know already about Hill Redman. There's 3 sources attached. He was born in 22 June 1907, Lipscomb, Texas. We have no death date. We have a 1910, 1920, and a 1930 residence staying in the same place. His parents were Carter Hamilton Redman and Anna Mae Hill. And let's click on one of these sources. So in the 1930 census, he is listed as a grandson living with his grandpa on his mom's side, W.R. Hill, his wife Cordelia, and his aunt Maddie, or Mitty. Okay, so we're going to click on details to go back. And the first thing I do is I click on the search records section, and I like the algorithm of Ancestry, so I'm going to click on that. They have a good search algorithm. And here we have a possible new record, World War II draft card, listing a Carter Hill Redman from Lipscomb, Texas, living currently in Flagstaff, Arizona, and next of kin, Norma Broughton Redman, potentially in the 1940s. That could be his wife. Birth date 16 June 1907. Let's go back and see what we know about Hill Redman. Okay, 16 June 1907. For some reason we have 22nd of June 1907, but none of the sources will have his, well, let's see here. 1910 census just has a birth year of 1908. 1920 census has birth year of 1908. 1930 census, 1909. So we don't really have a good proof of that birth date of 22 June. And this record has it as 16 June. Let's go ahead and he's got a different first name, Carter. So let's click on that one. And I like Ancestry because it has these suggested records afterwards. So you have Carter Hill Redman, and birth date 16 June 1907, in the right place. Now he's living in Flagstaff, Arizona. But let's look at these other records here. We've got a Nevada U.S. Death Index and a U.S. Find a Grave Index. Carter Hill Redman Jr. Okay, so who's his dad? His dad is Carter Hamilton Redman. So that might make him a junior. So let's click on this Find a Grave. Okay, father Carter H. Redman, mother Anna Mae Redman, spouse Norma Redman. So Anna Mae, is that? Yes, that's his mom, that's his dad. So this is definitely him. He went by Hill Redman. You can see because his gravestone says C. Hill Redman. And so that is definitely him. So let's go back to that let's go back to Hill Redman and let's change his first name to Carter. I don't want to put in Junior yet because it's possible his dad had a different middle name and they gave their son Carter a middle name of Hill, which is the maiden name of his mother. Okay, now let's go ahead and do a family search and see if we can find any more records from using Carter Hill Redman. Okay, and here we have that same exact World War II draft registration in Flagstaff, Arizona, with his wife Norma Broughton Redman. So let's go ahead and click on that. And I like looking at the original document here. So we have Mrs. Norma Broughton Redman, his wife. Okay, so that definitely is his wife. And his birth date, June 16th, 1907. So because we don't have proof of his other birth date, let's go ahead and change that to 16th of June. This is a government document. Reason this information is correct, World War II draft registration attached. And we'll go ahead and attach that. Attached family tree. Okay, so I'm going to click that, and residence Arizona, Flagstaff. And we'll click attach. And then we have this Norma Broughton Redman. So we're going to bring that up here, and we're going to add her in. And we'll click add. Now, I'm going to make the leap and assume that her maiden name is Broughton, and that's why it's listed as her middle name. So instead of putting her name as Redman, let's just go ahead and make that assumption. Female, and we don't have any of her other information, but I'm going to assume she is deceased since her husband is over 110 years old, and she could be over 110 years old. I'm just going to say old as the reason why, and create new person, and attach. Now, I'm going to close this tab and go back to Hill, and I'm going to refresh. Okay, oh, now we've got some marriage records. Let's go ahead and click on those. Norma Broughton. My assumption was correct. And let's hit review and attach. And attach. Marriage 1st of June 1936, Maricopa, Penal, Arizona. Birth 1903, so that's good. We can bring that over. And marriage date. So now we have the marriage, or now we have the birth date of Norma. Now we just need a birthplace. So if we can find her in a census, they were married in 1936, so we should be able to find a 1940 census with this couple living in Flagstaff, Arizona, or somewhere close to there. I'm going to close that, and let's go ahead and click on the other marriage record. Might as well add that while we're here. It's going to be the same information, just from a different source. Oh, I'm going to undo. Yeah, because I don't want two marriage records. That just makes things more confusing. We don't have to add that because we already have it. And I'm going to click refresh. Okay, what else can we learn about Carter Hill? Okay, we already have them attached to the 1910 census, 1920 census, and the 1930 census. This tree symbol here means that this record is already attached to somebody on the tree. Okay, here we are in the 1940 census with a spouse, Norma Redman, and a daughter, or a Sarah Broughton. That's probably the mother-in-law. So let's go ahead and click on this record. And if we can get the mother-in-law, that would be great, because then we'll better identify. I'm going to click Attach to Family Tree. So we have residence, 1940, Coconino, Arizona. And in 1935, they were living in the same place. I'm going to scroll down here and click Attach. Norma Redman. Birthplace, Texas. So let's go ahead and add that. So I'm going to click on Carter Hill's tab up here. We're going to scroll down and we're going to click on Norma Broughton, and I'm going to click on her person page, and I'm going to go over here to birth and click edit, and we're going to enter a place, Texas, and save. Now let's go back to that tab. So we're going to add her residence in 1940. In 1935, she was in Gilbert, Arizona. That's right, they weren't married yet, so she was living somewhere else. And click attach. And Sarah Broughton is the mother-in-law. So we're going to change. So when you open the parents here, it's got it's got Hill Redman's parents. So to change the parents, we're going to change the person of record to Norma, and that will place the opening for her parents up here. And we can move Sarah Broughton, her mother, to the mother's position here and click add. She was also born in Texas, so we're going to create new person. And we're going to add, and she was living in Gilbert, Arizona. And I'm guessing it would say that she was a widow. Marital status, widowed. Yeah, that's why she's living with her daughter. Okay. So now that we've added that, we've got, we're going to click refresh. So Norma Broughton, possible duplicate, plus a 1930 census. So I find that very frequently, that when you have a new spouse that you've added to somebody on your tree that didn't have a spouse, you add the spouse, and it turns out that spouse usually exists on the tree and they have a duplicate. So let's click on that. Review merge. Okay, so we've got Sarah Prudence Brosius. 1864 is the mom. That matches our mom, Sarah Broughton, 1864, and some siblings, and a 1910 census, whereas we have the 1940 census. So because Norma Broughton is pre-existing, I'm going to switch so that the old Norma Broughton is the surviving person. And we're going to click yes, continue. And it's going to bring over the events that were added and the marriage. So neither of these people had a spouse listed on their family tree, and we just added the people and added their spouse. So now the tree is more full. And all vital information and relationships match. Finish merge. Merge successful. So now we have Norma Broughton, and I'm always curious to see whether I'm related to the new spouse. So I'm going to click on Sergeant Prentice and view my relationship. And Sergeant Prentice is my wife, Amanda's 8th cousin, 3 times removed. Going up through her father's line, pretty far, back to the early 1600s. So I'm related to both lines. That's usually how it happens. When you have lines that go back really far in all directions, you end up being related to just about everybody. Okay, so we just completed that tree. We made the tree fuller. Now we have the spouses of those 2 people that were on the tree before but did not have spouses listed. And if you like this video, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please click subscribe. And if you would like me to help you with somebody on your tree, just copy and paste an ID number, so like this ID number here, into the comments section below on this video, and I will make a video doing research on your line. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.